Hello, everybody, and welcome to our third craft and chat for day 3. That's a lot of threes in there of the Scrapbooking Fun Summit. I am Heather, one of your co-hosts, and Tracy is my partner in crime, and we're excited to have you here. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon said, great summit. Thank you very much, and thank you guys for coming live with us. We are here with Lynn, and we will get to Lynn in a second, but first we want to thank our sponsor for today, which is Jav Sid, who is our next discussion at 4 o'clock. I was going to say next Q&A at 4 o'clock. And Jav is passionate about helping people learn how to create a side hustle, make passive income from your SVG files and things like that. So she also teaches and does a lot on Cricuts and using electronic cutting machines. There you go. So definitely check out Jav and come back at 4 o'clock and see her. Jav is in either Australia or New Zealand. I think it's Australia, but then somehow I think it might be New Zealand. So she's going to get up really early in the morning to come and chat with you guys. So definitely come.
We're going to find out where she is, okay? We will not forget to ask her.
We will ask her. I just can't think of, you see so many things go by, you're like, which one is this? So definitely come and check out Jav's stuff. She has lots of really good things on her website, and she has a membership called Craftpreneurs, which is really helping you make a business out of your hobby, a passive income to your business. So welcome, Lynn. So we are going to ask Lynn a couple of questions. I know a lot of you already know Lynn, but we're still going to ask her questions because you never know. Something always comes out of this. I'm going to flip us around so Lynn is bigger than us. There we go. So Lynn, the easiest question we ask, where in the world are you?
I am currently residing in Washington State.
There you go. So you are on the West Coast.
Yep, the beautiful Pacific Northwest. It's really nice out today, so no rain in sight, folks.
I was gonna say it's hazy here because we're getting the smoke from fires from in like way away from us, but the middle of Canada's got a lot of forest fires, and we're getting all the smoke. So we are in the smoky game. Are you a card maker, paper crafter, scrapbooker, mixed media, just a general artist, or crafty fun with friends, as your shirt says?
I am I would say just a crafter. I like to do it all. I have dabbled in resin crafting and wood burning and sewing, leather making. So I do a little bit of everything. You don't see it all on my channel because YouTube doesn't like when you aren't confined to your little box that they could easily describe you by. So mostly what you see from me on my socials, though, is paper crafting. And that includes cards, it includes mini albums. Not really a big scrapbooker these days. So I would say mostly those things, mini albums and cards.
Excellent. What got you started in dealing with paper crafting?
Well, so ironically, I did start with scrapbooking. So, given what I just said, I know that sounds odd, but
that's normal. Go. It's fine.
So, yeah, I did start with that because actually I was very big into photography as, through high school and college, and had a lot of photos. This was back in the day when you used to print your photos if you wanted to see them. Mm-hmm. And so I had I don't want to age myself or anything, but it was those times. And I just wanted to do something with those photos, then more than just put it into the sleeves. So I did make myself little scrapbooks, and I really haven't done a ton since then. So I've done a little bit of mini album making, and I'll maybe put photos into a mini album. But most of the time, even when I'm making mini albums, it's to give away and for other people to fill.
That makes sense. And there's lots of people who have moved from one to the other. And that's kind of why although we'll call it the Scrapbooking Fun Summit, there's lots of card makers and mini album makers and mixed media people as well.
I have a question just on what you just said there, Lynn, because I know many of us will make an album for somebody. And then, because you're talking about like a paper or a chipboard album of some sort, will you put in like a blank piece of cardstock or something like that to say place photo here? Or do you just let them figure it out, I say figure it out themselves, or?
Yes. So I definitely will do that at least 1 or 2 times so that they get the hang of the fact that you know, and it kind of depends because when I do like a mini album, there might be like different layouts and different ways to like hold a photo. Sometimes it's just like a bit of ephemera and it's a little tuck spot. Other times it's like photo corners and it's really obvious.
Okay.
So it kind of depends. So I'll at least put a placeholder for every like unique thing that might not be obviously a place to put a photo. And that way they kind of know what to do with it. Because I think mini albums are not like typical. It's not anything you would find in a store, right? So
Exactly.
if you're somebody
No,
might
and
get it
that's
and be like, what is this?
yeah, they don't know. They're like, okay, what am I, where am I supposed to put a picture? How do I do it? So I find that you have to tell the people, right? So I'm
Yeah.
curious if, but what you
Yeah.
just said, it makes sense. Like especially the more complicated areas or hidden areas, you have to tell them it's okay. You can put a picture here, right?
Yeah.
Give
Yep,
them a map.
for sure.
Give them a map of some of
And
the more complicated ones for sure.
yeah, and I do want to say, I forgot, I just dove in. I forgot to thank you for having me at the Scrapbooking Fun Summit. I always, you guys make me feel so at home. I forget all the usual courtesy things. So thank you so much for having me and for your patience, because I know we've had to deal with some things on the back end with me. So as I told Tracy, I'm your problem child this summit. So
I
thank you
love that
too.
line when you said that. I was laughing like, oh my God.
I will say
At
there's
the
much
same time,
difference.
you did your changes. You helped us. It was, we didn't have to
We,
run after
we,
you. So
as
yeah.
organizers, we don't mind problem childs that are responsive. It's the problem
Yes,
child that doesn't
Yes.
respond that's a problem.
Yes.
I'm at least
Yes.
that. I'm at least that. So,
Yes.
Problem
and thank
child
you.
who gets back and tries to solve the problem,
We,
they're fine. It's the problem child who don't get back to us that are the problem.
yeah, you're not grounded, okay? So
Oh,
there you
yay!
go.
Thanks. And hi to everybody in the chat. Can I answer a question that I already see?
You can?
Okay, so Melanie asked who created the Darling Mermaid images that I used. These were actually from Creative Fabrica. So I can link you to that, I think, if in the product description. It's on my website if you want to download the printable. But I do have a license to Creative Fabrica. And so what I do is I source some of my images for my printables from there. And these days with AI, you can actually generate art, which is amazing. So I take it from like these multiple sources, and then sometimes I do a little bit of Photoshop magic to put it together and make it my own. And so I can, if you want to DM me afterwards, I can send you who specifically made this art, because I know this one for sure came from the source. Some of the source came from Creative Fabrica.
And that's great. And yeah, there's so many different places you can get art these days. So my presentation tomorrow is on how to use AI. And I didn't get into picture parts of it. I got into the other parts of it.
Yeah, it's
how to use it as a resource, how to use it to replace some of the stuff you do on Google.
Oh, that's awesome.
And how to use sneak peek tomorrow. I actually, if you're in the VIPs, you have this, is I created what's called a custom GPT, for those don't know, which is prompted to write sentiments. So that's part of your VIP package. There's one in there that you can just go in and say, I need a card for this. And I demonstrate it. And then you can write the sentiment for that. So
I need to take your class.
It's there. It's part of you get it. It's on tomorrow. Lots of really cool things. It can save you a lot of time in really good ways to do it. So we have one question we're asking all our speakers, and the answers have been fascinating. So in your paper craft journey, what's one thing you've had to conquer?
Oh, well, in my paper crafting or as like a content creator?
You just got two questions now, both.
Dang. Okay, so as a content creator, the biggest hurdle that I had to overcome was putting my work out there. In the beginning, I was really scared of being like criticized and getting, I don't know, just negative comments, because online that can happen sometimes. And actually, I sometimes still do get like the occasional negative comment that's not constructive at all. I welcome constructive comments that are, meant in the spirit of helping you be better or improve somehow.
Mhm.
And so I love that because I'm always trying to, put things out there that are helpful, that are useful, that are entertaining. But in the beginning, it's really hard to share your makes because you're the only one who's ever seen it besides maybe some loved ones who might never say, who probably never say anything negative. And so getting over that fear of, what happens if I put this out there and nobody puts a like on it and then they start saying mean things. So that was the scariest thing. So that as a content creator, I think that was my biggest hurdle. And if others struggle with that, there's fun, safe communities like the one that you've built with your Facebook community group that are really wonderful places. And by and large, I think most crafting community groups are very friendly and very supportive and encouraging. And so I think it's a natural fear for some of us who might be like a little bit more shy. Maybe we don't sell our work, so we don't really ever get any sort of feedback on how it might be received by anyone other than ourselves. And so I would say, find yourself in one of those communities, start with the Scrapbooking Fun Facebook group, and start sharing your makes, and you'll see that it's a very warm community.
Great advice.
And the second, so in my actual paper crafting as like a designer, as an artist, I think maybe my biggest technical hurdle, I'll say, is foiling.
There you go.
Took me a while to get the hang of foiling. So I tried transfer foiling, not very successfully with a laminator. And then I got the glimmer, hoping that would solve my problems, but I wasn't really using the right papers. And I have it down both systems now, and I feel like I can very confidently foil, but I think that was my biggest technical hurdle as a paper crafter.
There you go. And that's good. Those are great answers. And your confidence one is one that people have answered even just in their own crafting, like how to find their own voice, how to get the confidence for it. So somebody has a dog barking, I think.
That's my dog.
Okay. I'm hearing, I think I'm hearing a dog barking, and Tracy doesn't have a dog, so I can say that's okay.
Sorry.
Don't apologize for it. No apologies required when it comes to loving pets. It's not needed. It's just I think I'm hearing a dog barking. I hope it's coming from one of you two. For those online, I was telling them I'm distracted because my neighbors outside have a new puppy playing on the front lawn. So it's oh, what's the puppy doing? So, excellent. Can you talk a little bit about what your project was?
Yes. So my project is here. And for folks who caught my class, it's actually I think it's the very first tutorial that I filmed and made available, featuring my new die set, which is the Easy Wonder die number 3. And so I wanted the summit attendees to have something a little special and a first look at something that I have since talked about quite a lot, but at the time that I filmed this, it was right when I first got the test dies. So I was oh my gosh, I have to share a project with the summit folks and give them this first look. It also features the very first of my printable designs that I've ever put together. I've never done anything like that. I love your upcoming speaker about turning your hobby into a side hustle. I'm gonna need to attend to get some tidbits from that, because I think for some of us paper crafters and creators, that is a goal of ours, to make some money at this so that we can maybe quit our day job one of these days and just do this for a living. Wouldn't that be nice? So that's my project. I'm a little bit late to the postage theme craze, I guess, made popular by other brands. But I love it as a theme, and so I'm glad to be a part of it now.
But I'm sure there, when you say you're a little bit late, I know what you're saying, but I'm sure there's still a whole ton of people that is looking at your video today going, I've never seen this before. So yeah, it's hard to get everybody to know about one brand or one theme or, so. Mhm.
There you go. And the compliments just to feed your day is, I have to say, Lynn, I love your smile and wonderful speaking. Your uplifting attitude is contagious.
Aw, thank you.
That's good.
That was from Sharon. Well said, Sharon. Lynn's courage has a positive attitude. Someone asked a question is, how do you come up with your content?
Oh, if it's video content, a lot of that is just driven by the products that I design for different companies as part of their design team. And a lot of times I just look at what they've sent me and an idea will come to mind. So for most of my video tutorials, it's really just what inspires me when I see the theme of what they've sent to me, whether it's like pattern papers or stamps, dies, etc. When it comes to the dies that I've been fortunate to design for the Not Too Shabby shop, those have been driven by my mini one-sheet wonders, which are all about. Okay, so I'm like one of those paper crafters where if you can do like a no scrap kind of deal, like that speaks to my heart. So my mini one sheet wonders were all about cutting, a single sheet of 6x6 pattern paper and then like using all of the bits, because I tend to save everything. I cannot toss pattern paper, even small bits. So if I can have a project that then uses it all up and I don't have to save even the smallest little bits, I'm a happy camper. And so that is what motivated mini one sheet wonders. And then from there, my easy wonder dies. And so releasing June 15th is number 3, along with a lot of other things. And a first for me is the printables. And these are more guided by things that I like. So I like pandas, I like coffee, I like mermaids, I like dragons. And so right now I'm making what I like. I would love to hear from others what you all like, and I'll make things for you. But right now I'm making things for me.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, and but also what you're saying, like, I know for me, when I first started bringing in stock, right? I would, normally you're going to pick the things that you like, but then I've had to learn that maybe not all my clients have the same style or what do they want. So now I know that there's things I have in inventory all the time that I don't like. It's not for me at all, but you're designing. So how can you design something that, like, let's say everybody wants, I don't know, I'm going to say, uh, let's pretend dogs, and let's pretend you don't like dogs. Okay. Just pretending, everybody. So how can you design something if you don't have that passion in it? I don't know.
You have to, though. That would be the question.
Yeah,
too.
I
have
think
to
because you're
design something.
designing, you're gonna have to have the passion for that design to come out. That's just what
Yeah.
you're making me think of that. See, you're making my little light bulb go off.
Well,
I think so that if you start with what you're passionate about, then it certainly helps because it motivates you to do it. And I'm small, and at this point, I don't have a customer base. So right now I'm kind of in a bubble where I can be happy doing what I love and just share that love with other people. I hope to get to a point where I put out a form collecting some feedback on what themes they would like to see. And for me, with these printables, I think the whole process is something I'm falling in love with a little bit. And it's actually not so much about the specific images, be it, unicorns or dogs or goth or, whatever. I am really enjoying the process of curating, playing with AI to generate images, and that in it of itself is something that's fun and different, a little bit of a challenge. I'm learning a lot, and so the process of it all is super enjoyable to me, even if it's not something I would necessarily craft with personally. Like, would I spend the money to buy it? perhaps not because it's just not my theme, but in terms of being the creator of it, I'm finding great joy in the process of like curating these things and putting the printables together. So I think to answer your question, that was like a long way of just saying you kind of have to find the joy in what you're doing, and that might not be the end product. It might be the process that you're finding joy in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is true. And that's like in the other one, everyone approaches things differently. So I think that's cool. A question, somebody loves the postal theme, by the way. What design teams are you on?
At the moment, I design for Not Too Shabby, of course. I design for Spellbinders. I just got invited to design with Hero Arts. I am also on Kendra's card challenges. I'm gonna leave. Okay, so and then I manage some design teams, but I don't actually design for them, so I don't know if that counts.
Do you sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I love my sleep. I'm just very efficient. If like Tracy knows, if I see something come through IM or email, I just answer it right away, because if I wait, I won't come back to it. So I'm very good at context switching. So even if I'm doing one task, if I see an email come in, I can really easily just respond to that and switch right back to what I was doing before and not skip a beat. So
I get that. Yes. So quick question. I don't know if this makes sense to you. If not, we can work with you, Ruth. I downloaded the file and it is 1 page, but the description on the summit says 3 pages. Have I downloaded the wrong file?
Yeah, you have. So what you want to do is download what's called the full bundle, and it's the Mermaid full bundle is currently free. So just go back and download it. It's already marked down. I made it easy for everybody. I might have shared a code, but I just made it easy. I just marked it down.
So hopefully that answers your question, Ruth. And if you have any other issues, just let us know. Somebody still loves the postal stamp theme, and I don't think it'll go away.
It's a classic.
I was going to say somebody slept after dinner and she's back. So she's in the UK or somewhere like that. So
Aww.
Love the mini one sheet idea. As you know, people love your one sheets. How many numbers are you up to now?
I think 10.
10.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm getting through the high people. Take care of you. Heather, my question to Lynn about her Mermaid printables. I have 1 page, but it's 3. So yeah, we've answered that one just now. Maybe you can share, but will there be a Halloween themed postal stamp series? Whew.
For sure. Yes, there will be.
Do you ever, oops, I scrolled myself. Do you ever make fun folds?
Yeah, absolutely. Love a good fun fold. I actually have a fun video where I think I took like the basic Z fold and then showed you all the different things that you can do with a Z fold, and it ends up being like a lot of different card styles that really can stem just from that one basic. Like the Z fold is one of the most basic fun folds. But you can create so many other things like an easel card, a joy fold card. So a lot of things that kind of stem just from that one basic design. And so I love a good fun fold, but truth be told, I do like my interactive cards and my pop-up cards best.
If you're looking for some fun fold ideas, Cindy, I had to think of a name there. Cindy's freebie in the goodie bags on the Meet the Speaker page is a fun fold guide. So if somebody's looking for fun fold ideas, she has a whole guide for fun fold ideas for you.
Oh.
And Cindy's Dare to Be Artsy's page. Question, Lynn, where is your form at again for those that had suggestions to submit for potential postal printables?
Hey Kristen, hi. I should post that somewhere. I think I've just emailed it out to folks who were on the Easy Wonder waitlist. But I will publicly post that, and maybe I'll just put it as part of the product description on all of them.
There you go. I should know this, but where do I find the sentiments printables that go along with this project? Susan.
Well, hello, Susan. So Susan, That's a good question. And if you had asked me that like maybe 5 hours ago, I would not have had a good answer for you. But the answer is that they are online now. So you can get them where you went to download the EZ Postage Printables in the first place. So they're all listed now.
There you go. See, you never know. It's always good to ask questions. Debbie J wants to know if you have a design team.
I do not.
She will one
you.
day.
Yeah, I'm like a lot of content creators, I'm a one-woman band.
But when you build it up so you can get rid of your day job, and then you can have your design team, and you can be more than a one-woman band.
Yes, let's hope.
It's always good to have a dream of where you want to go.
For
and what you want
sure.
to do. Any other questions coming in the comments as well? If you want to write any more questions about Lynn's stuff. Yes, you mentioned it in your video. I paid attention. I don't know what that is, but you mentioned something in your video. And she paid attention. I'm assuming it's the fonts.
I don't know. The video was made so long ago, I don't even remember what I said.
Yeah, that's the thing with summits. The videos are often recorded well in advance. So you're like, what did I say?
Oh, Susan must have been talking about the feedback form. Yeah. Did I say in the video where to find it?
I don't know. My bundle is $5.47 and says my limit for the coupon cannot be used. I have put it in for the one page.
The bundle, if it's the Mermaid bundle, is the one that's free right now. So there are multiple postage printables now on my site. Not all of them are free. So at the moment, what released today was the Fantasy Dragons, and already there were Beach Babes and the Father's Day bundle. So the only one that's free for folks is this one, the Mermaid one that I crafted with for my workshop. Hope that answers that question.
I think so. It made sense. Susan says, tell them about the fun we have on Saturdays with you.
Susan's like a good PR person for me. Thanks, friend. So on Saturdays, we have Crafty Fun with friends. So this is something else that I do. I like to do my own DIY merch. So this is a sublimation t-shirt I made for myself because it's hard for me to advertise myself sometimes. So if I'm wearing my advertisement, maybe that will do it for me. But every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific, I live stream, and it's called Crafty Fun with Friends. It's me and 3 other guests, and we just have fun crafting. And every Saturday is a different theme. Sometimes we play different games, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a time to get together, hang out with each other, and catch up.
Excellent. Now, Sharon said it was the Mermaid one that she had problems with the pricing, but maybe you need to. I was going to see if I could find it, but I couldn't. So that's something we'll look into and make sure it's working for you, Sharon. Yeah, for sure. Lynn loves the new dragons. How did I miss the dragon release? Susan says.
Oh, you didn't miss it. It just came out today.
I just saw the dragon release. Lynn, I watched the video before and I went to, what's this one? This is a long, I watched the video before I went to sleep off my dinner and dessert. Very lovely. I love the Mermaid pages. Already got it via newsletter. Dragons are out now. Open a new tab for that just now. And that's, so sweet, Ruth. Your question about design, there are people who won't like your style, right? But they're just not going to buy it. So keep designing in your own style. There's going to be people who love your style.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is this, I'm not an artist, so I'm curating art. And so, I, as I mentioned, just have a lot of fun doing that. And so I don't make any qualms about being transparent about how I'm sourcing and coming up with these images because you all know, the folks in the chat, they're wonderful. A lot of them know me and watch my videos and join my live stream. So you all know I can't draw I don't have those skills. So for me the fun is in curating, and I want those ideas because I have fun just in the doing of it and the curating of it. And so that's, for me, my passion now. So yeah,
And
I'm
that
glad
is a
that
type
folks
of
are
art.
liking it.
That's a type of art. Don't say you're not an artist. You're an artist. It's all different. I mean, really, art is taking something somebody else created and putting it together in a different way, right? And sometimes you're going from blank, and sometimes you're going from already curated things. It's still art.
Aw,
There you
that's
go.
so generous of you to say. Thank you.
It is true, though. But I mean, a scrapbooking page or a card is art, but you bought paper that somebody else created, and then
That's
you know,
true.
so it's just adding things up. It's definitely art. They're working out this. I think they're working out the issue with the code. Oh, dragons! I need to make a couple of Father Day cards. Exactly. So dragons could be fun for Father Day cards or other things like that. And there's not enough things that go for boys and men in this industry, from what I can tell. Is that true, Tracy? The boys and men stuff.
It's pretty true. It's pretty true. Yes.
It's not true.
Yes.
It's true for everything. So here's a total piece of trivia. I used to work for a telephony company for telephone, and Mother's Day is the most long distance calls out there. Beats Christmas, beats everything else. Most people make them in the old days when we used to do long distance. Is the most long distance calls. Father's Day doesn't even rate in the top 5. But Father's Day used to be the most collect calls.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Father's Day was the highest collect call day, and Mother's Day was like most long distance calls, but Father's Day was.
So people were happy to call their dads if their dads were willing to pay for the bill. For folks who don't know what a collect call is,
that's like you hear going, these young ones. What are you talking about?
I was going to say there's not many young ones. I don't think so. Most of us know what a collect call is. How long does it take to get the email after you put in your info? I did it early this morning and still haven't gotten it. You say up to 48 hours, right?
I say up to 48 hours. It should be pretty instant. So do also check your spam, because every email client is trying to really protect your inbox. And so depending on what you use, it could be siphoned off into like a promotions tab or put into junk folder. So there's so many places it can go now that's not your inbox. So definitely check those places. If you are having any issues, reach out to me. I'll go back into the Facebook group and check. So just tag me, and I'll work with you on that.
Yeah, there was one person who did tag earlier. I tagged you on that one.
Okay.
Susan said, and they were standing outside in the rain in the phone booth. Probably. So yes, and actually anybody yesterday, I noticed this today, Tracy, we sent the wrap-up email. No, ignore what I'm about to say. I was going to say we had the wrong names on it, but I was mixed up. I'm working ahead 2 days and my whole brain is like, what day am I on?
Okay, so we're good still, right? I don't have to go change something now.
No, I've already changed. I was thinking, oh, wait a second. I already fixed that. So it's all good. All good. But sometimes check your spam, Joyce. Also check your promotional folder and your other folder, because there's all these different categories.
Put it this way, Joyce, even let's say you don't receive it, we will contact, like, I don't even know now, I can't remember, sorry, I don't think you've contacted me yet, but otherwise I forward your message, and I know Lynn will help you out. You will receive it, so do not worry.
Yeah, it works out. We will find it. Hi, Lynn. It's a file with 3 pages, or does it show a multiple file of one invoice? I think I have 2 one-page files, but neither has the sentiments on it.
The bundle does not have the sentiments. The bundle has the 3 designs that look like these. So, and I think what will show up is it's 3 individual files, 3 individual PDF files for Mermaid. I'm starting to structure it a little bit different. So for the dragon one, for example, if you get the full bundle, it's 1 zip file. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. But for Mermaid, if you're getting the freebie for this retreat, it's 3 files, but in 1 invoice. And so look for the product listing that's the full bundle. And big thank you to folks who have hung out with me in live streams where I've talked about this and given me some feedback on my shop experience. So it's a work in progress. So, I know might be confusing, and I'm working through that. Growing
All a work in
pains. So thank you
progress.
for your patience.
It's all a work in process, and when you conquer it, somebody will change some software that doesn't do what you thought it did. It's just the way it is in the world that we live in.
There is that.
Well, it's just also knowing how many pieces of things that takes, like our website, for example, has easily over 1,000 links on it when we run a summit. And so that causes issues and that causes problems. And there's a whole bunch of people, magic software working in there behind the scenes to try and get it going. So can you tell the VIPs a little bit about your VIP gift? Do you remember which one it is? Yes.
I think what I offered the VIPs was the all access pass to the Crafting Masterclass series. My latest one is Stretch Your Supplies. And it's a really fabulous experience for folks who want to get the most out of their stash. So we have 5 separate workshops that were all filmed in real time, so easy for you to follow along. And each of the 5 classes actually focuses on one type of supply. So we have stamps, dies, embossing folders, stencils, and letterpress plates. So one class for each of those different supplies. Each of us actually taught 5 different ways and techniques to use those products. And so if you love your dies, if you love your stencils, if you love your embossing folders, etc., you can watch the class that interests you the most and perhaps pick up some new ideas for how to craft with it, including but beyond the basics. If, for example, you don't know much about, say, letterpress, the Better Press by Spellbinders, and other letterpress plates, maybe this is also a good class where you can kind of see, that seems like such a specialized thing. Is it really even worth it to go down that rabbit hole? If it only does, a one-trick pony kind of deal. So the letterpress class was mine. And so I actually teach you 6 different things that you can do with it. And that way, if it's something that you already have or something you don't have, hopefully you can pick up some ideas for how to get the most out of the products that you already have. I know a lot of us might be watching our budgets a little bit. And so maybe we're in an era where it's all about getting the most of the things that you've already spent money on. So use your stash, use them in creative ways. And so hopefully this masterclass series is one where you can pick up a new idea or 2.
That is awesome. And so if you have the VIP pass, this is, again, I've said it, the VIP, well, I can't speak anymore. It's well worth buying the VIP pass just alone for that class, right? So if you have the VIP pass, it's in there. And if not, it's a small investment for, there's over $1,500 worth of bonuses in the VIP pass. And that number is not even including the discount codes at people's stores. So go check out the VIP pass. I can't speak anymore. If you don't have it, if you do, have it. And also Lynn is our guest this month in the Scrapbooking Fun Circle. So if you're in the VIP pass, you get 1 month free in the circle, and then you can decide to stay or not. That's up to you. If you stay, you get 25% off. If you're non-VIP, keep an eye on your emails. We're going to be talking more about the circle, but our circle is a great place to come and craft and chat. And we have conversations all over the place. So we have at least once a week, we get together and have some sort of live Zoom crafting thing. So we might craft, or we might have someone in like Lynn. And when Lynn comes in, it's not like a video and you're watching it like here. It is live. You can ask questions live. It's an interactive workshop. And then sometimes we just do fun things. So if you're looking for a community to craft with from the comfort of your home, give it a check out. So, but Lynn is on the 13th, on Friday the 13th. Is that right? Lynn's with us on Friday the 13th.
Oh, is it the 13th?
Friday the 13th. It's a lucky day.
Don't
Friday.
say that.
I was going to say my niece was born on Friday the 13th. It's a lucky day. So yes. So for those who are members that come in, it is on the 13th of Friday. Lynn does awesome product reviews to save you money, which is great. The VIP pass is well worth it. Yes, it is, Carol. It is well worth it. It's our best VIP pass by far so far. It put the generosity of our speakers and our sponsors. So it's a really good, high quality VIP pass. So check that out. Let us know if you have any last comments or questions for Lynn, because we will be back at 4 with Jav, who is our sponsor for the day. It's like mouthful of who's next. Yes to save money or making my wish list longer. Are you prepared? Are you prepared for that, Lynn? Susan's teasing you.
Oh, she knows me so well.
It's okay, Lynn. I might get paired on the spot person too. So
maybe we should be talking to Susan here.
So, folks who are watching, if you are not a VIP, if you are not part of Scrapbooking Fun Circle, definitely join up. If nothing else, to watch me improv next week. But I have a special treat for you guys because you're gonna actually be the first to see something new that I have coming up, and you're gonna see it first, like absolute first.
Cool.
So I don't even have the product in hand. That's why I'm not prepared.
There you go. Well, definitely come and get a sneak preview. That's very cool, and thank you for doing it in our area. But yes, Lynn, I am very good at improv, and if you watched our crop last night, Tracy's good at improv too. And for the VIPs who were not on the crop last night, and for the VIPs who were, we have some technical issues with the recording, so we are going to have to replace it with something, but we will for sure. So if you're waiting for the recording from the crop, it's going to come. It's just going to look slightly different than the actual crop, but that's just technology, and that's the world of technology. So we will be putting that together. Yeah, we did a really fun little, Tracy was very ambitious to show one thing that works both for card makers and scrapbookers, but it turned out great, and people had a lot of fun with it. And you'll see some of the pictures in the Facebook group. So if you see pictures in the Facebook group that you can't map to one of the videos, it's because it comes from the crop, but a lot of people posted them last night. So great. Well, Lynn, thank you for being with us yet again. I think you've been with us for all our, at least 4 of them, but I think all of them. I can't remember who's who. So thank you for being with us. Tracy's going, I think so too.
So too. I know. I'm still going, I don't.
There's some people all that who have been, I'm pretty sure Lynn's been with us for all of our summits. So thank you, Lynn. Thank you for coming. We enjoy it. We enjoy talking her back. Yes, we welcome her back. So I'm sure the comments, and if do we want Lynn back, it'll be yes. So we definitely want Lynn back.
I just have to say that I do several of these summits, and I really love the community that you have cultivated. Everybody, even when they're struggling to get freebies and stuff, they're very patient, they're very kind about it, and they're very understanding that some of us are just individuals and mistakes happen, and technology, all the things, but I really appreciate that you've really cultivated a community that is really nice about those things. So it makes it really easy, for us as contributors to help and not feel downtrodden by the experience. So it makes a huge difference.
We would never want anybody to feel downtrodden by the experience. And we were.
It happens. I mean, it happens. I know people get frustrated when things are promised and it's just not working and they're not able to get. So I get it. It's just that it's hard for us to take that on sometimes as well. And I appreciate that everybody in your community is just, it's why I come back as often as you'll have me, because your community is so wonderful. And really thank you to all of you for being here live, for being a part of the experience. You guys rock, and it's amazing to get to share things with you.
Thank you. And thank you for coming back. And I agree with you, because our website went down for an hour yesterday and all we got was, hey, we broke the internet. Because you have to understand the technology of complexity of doing what we do, both for us and for someone like Lynn. We use a lot of software that we don't control, and sometimes it doesn't do what we want it to do. And we're like, okay, let's go. So, we have a thank you from the Netherlands. Thank you for joining from the Netherlands.
Thank you.
Excellent. And it is a wonderful community. And I find crafters in general are wonderful communities. And we've really worked hard to curate an excellent, we might not be the biggest, and we don't want to be the biggest, but we want to have a really good community, and we want our speakers to be, that's one of my core values when I run something, is the speakers should think it's amazing, the sponsors should think it's amazing, and the people who attend should think it's amazing. So
basically we want everybody to want to come back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of my core things, is we're going to make sure everyone's taken care of in the process. So thank you for giving us that feedback, Lynn.
Yeah, you both do such a phenomenal job. So thank you for everything that you do. You've hit all of those goals. I'm sure.
Well, thank you. We
Stop
have
with
to,
emotions.
there you go. Tracy's getting emotional. Keep going. No.
No.
One last question, because we only have a couple of minutes. Do you have any suggestions for a certain type of paper to print your printables on?
I do. I can share with you what I use because it might be very specific to your printer, what might work best. So I have the Epson EcoTank 2800, which is their lowest line of EcoTanks. And it does a really great job. You can kind of see maybe, well, my camera's not focusing, but it does a pretty good job of printing if I use the right papers. I have found that the Epson presentation matte paper, premium presentation matte paper is really great. The Koala brand, they call it photo matte paper, is also really good. I would definitely get something that's better than just your plain copy paper. So something that's called like a presentation paper or matte photo paper if you don't want it to have like a glossy finish. Look for those things. It's a little bit more expensive, but you're gonna get the most out of your printer's capabilities when you print on higher quality paper, and especially whatever brand printer you have, maybe see if their specific line of paper is in your budget because they've tested it. So it should give you the optimal results and quality if you're sticking within the brand. And once you see, what that can give you, maybe you can branch out and find something that has sort of the similar words, but at a more affordable price. But those are the suggestions that I have for what I use and have found to work pretty well.
Great suggestions. Tracy's got a
Also,
question.
an inkjet printer is going to be a little, how do I say, a little more finicky with their paper, as in, if you have an inkjet printer, make sure that the paper you buy is good for it. Okay, if you have a laser printer, it doesn't really matter. That's all. But what Lynn said is bang on, but just there's the two different types of printers, and that's honestly the inkjet printer. You just have to watch that it's going to be good for it.
Yeah, I should have started there. I do use an inkjet.
No,
It is
Yeah,
an
well, you
inkjet.
said the Epson, which I know, okay, that's an inkjet, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not everybody will. It's just,
Thank you.
So here's one for you, Lynn, to finish off. Thanks. It's good to see an Asian American crafter.
Aw, thanks.
I thought you would like that one, 'cause it's nice to see, a mixture of everyone. Your freebie, Mermaid print off gorgeous colors. I have a cheapo printer. I thought she's like, should put my glasses on. I was going to read Chicago. No, I have a cheapo printer and it printed well. Great tips on paper. So excellent. Lynn, thank you so much for being back with us. It's been great to have you, and we're excited to have you as part of our circle this coming week, and see what you're going to show us that nobody else has seen before. Now you've got everyone's curiosity up.
Including me.
Including you, because Lynn hasn't seen it before either yet.
I don't have the products yet. I'm hoping today.
Tell it to arrive in time, because we see you soon, right?
Otherwise, she'll be improvising, and that's okay.
I've got a plan B. It's okay. I've got a plan B.
Oh, no problem. Thank you all. We will be back in 10 minutes with Jav Sid from what's it? I don't remember.
SVG Craftpreneurs.
Yes, and she will be back, and she's joining us. She'll be tomorrow. She'll already be into Sunday. So she'll be joining us from Down Under locations, and it has been a great chat. We really enjoy it. Thanks, everybody, and we will be back. Bye.